So now we're going to get a little description of the gods. They cherish the god Mercury most greatly. Very many statues of this one there are. This one, the inventor of all arts, they consider, or they hold. This one of the roads and of journeys, the leader. This one for the seeking of money and of goods, to have the greatest power, they think, or they consider. After this one, Apollo and Mars and Jove and Minerva. Concerning these, isn't like concerning the gods, almost the same thing which the rest of the people, I guess almost the same opinion which the rest of the peoples they have. They have almost the same opinion as the rest of the peoples. Apollo to send away, or to not to send away, but to like keep away sicknesses. Minerva to give the beginnings, like the first principles of art and of work, of the arts and of works. Jove, the authority of the heavenly ones to hold, or the rule of the heavenly ones to hold. Mars to rule wars. To this one, when in battle, they decide to struggle or to fight. Those things which in war they capture, mostly so those things which in war they've captured, mostly they vow, so they dedicate to him. When they've conquered, they sacrifice the captured animals, and the remaining things into one place they carry together. In many states of these things, so of the things that they put together into one place, built mounds in sacred places are able to be seen. It literally says allowed to be seen, but here it means something more like they are able to be seen. Neither does it often happen that with anyone having neglected religion, either the captured things amongst himself to hide, or having placed, like once he's put them down, that he would dare to lift away. So basically no one hides the captured things when they're being captured. Everyone's willing to put them into these places, and no one dares to steal them once they've been placed into these sacred mounds. This should be a nominative, so the most grave punishment for that thing with crucifixion they established. So they established a most grave punishment, namely to be crucified, or with as the punishment there. In fact, let's see if that's not a ablative manner. Okay, so with crucifixion. The Gauls say all themselves to have been born from Pluto the Father, so they count their origin from Pluto. And they say this thing to have been revealed or to have been given by the Druids. On account of this thing, the space of all time, not by the number of days, but of nights, they bound. So they begin their day with the sunset. Birthdays and months and of years, the beginnings, thus they observe that night follows, so that day follows night. In the remaining institutions of life, by this thing almost from the rest they differ, that their own children, unless they have come of age or unless they have grown up, with the result that are so that the duty of military they may be able to sustain. So unless they're the age where they can be a soldier, openly to themselves to go, they do not suffer, and a son with boyish age in public in the sight of the father to stand next to they consider ugly, so they don't let their children stand next to them. Men, however much money from their wives in the name of a dowry they had received, as much from their own goods, with an estimation having been made with the dowries they put together, in part make common, communicate, share. Of this money, jointly an accounting is held, and the profits are guarded. It's cool that the profits are called fruits. Whichever one of them survives or outlives the other one in life, to that one, part of each with the fruits of the previous times goes. Men toward wives, just as towards children, have the power or the authority of life and of death. And when the father of the family, in an illustrious place having been born, dies or leaves, the relatives of that one come together, and concerning the death, if the matter into suspicion comes, like if they're suspicious that maybe the wife killed him, concerning the wives in a servile or slave-like way, they have a questioning, or they question, and if she is found out with certainty, or if she's convicted, by fire and by all tortures, they kill the crucified ones, or the tortured ones. So after all kinds of torture, they kill them. So the funerals are, according to the custom of the Gauls, magnificent and sumptuous, or very rich. All things which to the living ones, for their heart, dear to their hearts, were thought to have been, into the fire they carry together. Even living animals, so if you had a favorite pet dog, put it in the fire. And a little time beyond this memory, just a little ways beyond this current time, servants and clients, and those whom he considers to be loved by them, with the just funeral rites having been made, they are cremated together. So those which were held to be loved by them, so even their servants and their favorite clients, I could imagine them being like, hey, didn't that guy love you or something? Didn't he really like you? And the servants being like, nope, he really hated me. He hated me, I don't want to go into the fire. The states which more conveniently or more fittingly their own republic are thought to govern, they have with laws to be sacred, or they hold with laws to be sacred. If anything concerning the republic on the borders, either by rumor or by fame, received, in order that to the magistrate they may carry and may not with another foreigner speak, because it is known, cognitum est, men most rash and unexperienced, with false rumors to be terrified and to be driven towards a crime, and concerning the highest things to take up a plan. So basically Caesar is saying that they required, if you heard any rumor, you were required to go tell the magistrate, because inexperienced people are likely to make mistakes or to tell the enemy or something. The magistrates, those things which are seen, they hide. So they hide the rumor that was heard, and those things which they judge to be ex usus, or for use, they put forth, give forth a reveal to the multitude. Concerning the republic, nothing except through a council, they do not allow to be spoken. They do not allow to speak. So they do not allow to speak concerning the republic except through a council.